Yes, hello.
Hey, doctor, how you doing?
Hey, so, Doctor,
how are you?
Good. Dr. Anderson, I'm going to ask you this really quick. So, thank you very much, first of all. Even though I know we paid you, we probably couldn't pay you enough to do what you're doing.
We actually didn't pay him. He's doing this as a fan.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you, Doctor. So, Dr. Randy understands the show. If he's a fan, then he really understands the show. So, Dr. Randy, without giving too much away, you went to see Eric, and you administered the test, and when you were done, you asked him to sign a release that we all signed, and the release is because, as a doctor, you have to be given a release that says you're allowed to give the results to an outside party, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So how did everything go down? So when you were done with the test, did you say, Eric, could you please sign this? And then what happened?
No. The way it went down is that Eric came in the office, and I had him sign the release before I administered the test.
Okay. And was there an issue with him signing it right up front?
He was reluctant to sign the test up front based upon his concerns of what his score would be. So what I did at that point is I turned the test over, and on the back of the test to have the range of scores where it's broken down into average, low average, high average, et cetera, et cetera. And I talked about a range with Eric as where do you expect to fall on this scale? And we talked about that range, and based upon what I knew of Eric at that time, his education, his background, his verbal capacity, I told him, this is where I expect you to land.
But it doesn't mean that's where he landed. I don't want to know. I'm just saying you had an expectation before he took the test. Basically, you were trying to calm his fears.
Right. I was trying to get him to take the test, sign the release, and get the test over with based upon an expectation. And he was okay with that. And then, because there's no way I could give him the score right there. I'd have to take the test home and score it, but it takes a couple hours.
Right.
So he knew he wasn't getting the score right then. That was never in the conversation. I did tell him I would call him back the next day and tell him where his range was.
And did you do that?
I gave him a range. I said, and I didn't say an exact range. I just said, based upon our conversation, you should be okay with your results.
See, that's already too much information.
I agree.
That's already too much information. You let him browbeat you.
No, he didn't browbeat me. I got him to sign the release.
No, I got you. I'm not giving you a hard time, but I wish you hadn't even done that because because that wasn't the deal for him, and he's just a monstrous pain in the ass.
Well, but do you agree now that Eric he did listen? Did he use the word range or score? It sounds like Jan was Jan. Do you know who Jan is, Dr. Randy?
Jan was in the office.
So Jan heard you say to him, "You'll call back with the range."
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
so
it sounds like you did do that, so then what the hell is Eric complaining about?
No, but what I'm saying is Jan wasn't lying.
Because Eric now has a range, but I'm sure he wants a specific score, and maybe he's inferring from what the doctor said that the doctor would have told him what the score was going to be. Look, I can't fault Jan for going off of what the doctor said. You're right, Benji. He did tell the truth, but
it should have never. This conversation should have never happened right from the beginning. Eric should have walked in, signed the release, taken the test, and fucking left. And he knows that. And I don't give a shit what anybody says, that he doesn't understand anything else. He knows, he listened to the show, he knows what we were asking of him, yet something that 12 other people have done without incident, there's a fucking incident with him.
And this is what I really don't understand now, because now it sounds like the doctor gave Eric more information than anybody else had. So then what is Eric so angry about today? Like you heard those voicemails he left and on the phone today, fuck you guys, fuck everybody, you're at. Like, where's the anger coming from? It sounds like he got what he wanted.
I haven't heard, my guess is, have you guys said on the news he's been browbeating the doctor and things like that?
But I still think in a way he did because
the doctor just said he didn't.
No, but he did because he wouldn't sign the release. He's like, I'm not signing that release unless you tell me.
Doctor, was he an asshole about the release, or did he have some hesitation?
Yeah, he had a lot of hesitation. And my point was, like, Eric, if I give you a score and then you sign the release, there's no way for you to come back to sign the release. Just sign the release now, and we'll go from there. There was no inclination I was going to give him.
So he was a little scared. He signed it.
Benji, you're changing the story. The anger from Eric today wasn't over whether or not he browbeat the doctor. The anger from Eric was he wanted his fucking scores. We weren't giving him the fucking scores, and he was angry about that. That's where all his anger was coming from.
And I still think he lied because he said, I never said the doctor said he would give me the score. I never pressed him on it, but he did press him on it. It was the only way the doctor could get him signed the release was to give him something.
Doctor, if you didn't point out...
No, the doctor made the offer after he made the release.
Hold on, Bench. Doctor, if you didn't point out the range to him as you did, do you think he would have signed the release and taken the test?
I think eventually he probably would have, yes. But it was just a way of facilitating the process of getting it going.
And based on what the doctor is saying, he already signed the release, and then Dr. Randy offered, hey, I'll call you up after I score this and give you the range without any of Eric pressing. Is that basically correct?
That was how we got him to sign the release.
Okay,
that's right.
Okay. Well, then
in other words, he was negotiating. Okay, so browbeating is a big word. Negotiating, pestering, being a fucking gnat, whatever you want to call it.
Regardless, the crux of the argument is Eric is angry because he wants to score today. And I don't know why he expects it today. I don't know what any of us has ever said to him that would make him think he'd be getting his score today, or why he thinks he could be this angry about it.
If I had it my way, I would take the score, you have it somewhere, I'd put an envelope, I'd FedEx it to him, and I'd fucking lose his number.
But wait a second, you're saying he's angry, but that is what the doctor said
never
he
said he
would
gave
do.
him a score.
Well, the
I
range,
never heard.
he probably misunderstood.
And it sounded like the doctor gave him the range.
Sure.
So what is he angry about?
Well, I don't know.
Jason's right, because he doesn't have a score. That's what he's angry about.
And he's cursing at me, and he's cursing at Gary and Howard, and my guess is the doctor, too.
I don't know that's what he was. I thought he was angry that what you guys were calling.
Well, Ben, there's a lot you don't know. You didn't hear my voicemails. You didn't hear him screaming. And you didn't hear him on the air this morning screaming, give me my fucking score right now.
Well, wait, if I could interject. When I talked to him yesterday, I mean, he was frustrated he didn't get a score. I tried again, calming his fears. It's like, I wouldn't be upset with your obtained result. That's all I told. And maybe that is a bit too much. But yesterday when we hung up, he was okay.
But he wasn't okay because after he hung up with you, he left Jason these two extraordinarily angry voicemails. And again, I'm telling you, how many people? Hold on, Doctor. There were 8 people in the first test. There's 7 or 8 people in this test. Nobody's an issue. No one. Except for this guy.
Right. Well, I mean, I could give him a lot of other tests to give us a clear picture of really what's going on. But, there's more to it than just an IQ score.
All right, so let's leave it at that. So Dr. Randy has told us, and I'm saying I retract my statement that Eric browbeat the doctor, but I will say that Eric was a pain in the neck. He knows how it works, and the fact that we didn't spell it out for him note for note is bullshit because he listens to the show all day long.
And is still threatening us, by the way.
What do you mean threatening?
He threatened to shove stuff up my ass if I didn't give him a score.
Oh, really? I shouldn't have done that.
I'm on Eric's side on that one.
Well,
Dr. Randy,
I didn't
thanks.
ask you to pick a side.
Thanks for calling in and clarifying.
Right. Yeah. Have a good day.
All right, you too. All right, Dr. Randy giving us a bit of clarity on the issue. And, I don't know if we're going to hear from Eric on Monday because Howard said it's going to be an Eric the Midget free day.
I like that.
But
He said he'll try to.
Well, that's the question.